In an interview with Fox's Ryan Satin, a man whom is not even slightly popular amongst the four horsewomen, I feel confident that Becky Lynch was biting her tongue on several occasions in this interview, Becky Lynch shared her confidence that Ronda Rousey will be returning to the WWE at some point so that the two of them can do battle and finish off the blood feud from ages past. Now let's talk for a moment about what the WWE think about hearing that, and just how soon that match might actually happen. Now, Ronda Rousey initially signed a 3-year contract with the WWE, or so the WWE reported. This whole thing becomes considerably more confusing when we recall that Ronda Rousey actually only wrestled with the company for 12 months, and that supposed 3-year contract ended after a full 2/3 of the contract was spent without her being involved in wrestling at all. Literally, she made appearances on Total Divas, one podcast appearance, and that was it. After that WrestleMania main event, she was not in the ring in any way, shape, or form. To be clear, one of the many reasons that you should be following Tom Colohue, please like and subscribe while I say this, is because I'm the guy who got significant heat for reporting, accurately, that she would only be wrestling for 12 months. Those tweets are still out there. I can literally point you in their direction. Now, she stepped away after main eventing WrestleMania against both Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in a match that was decent quality, but suffered a bit of a big botch in the ending. The match was supposed to be Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, but the punch heard around the world, Nia Jax on Becky Lynch, kind of convinced the WWE, together with the fan reaction to that they needed to sneak Becky Lynch in there somehow, and that is exactly what happened. Before that, the plan was Rousey versus Charlotte and Asuka versus Becky, Becky being the heel. Now, Rousey would leave in order to start a family, and less than a year later, so too would Becky Lynch. Once again, I reported in the months beforehand that Lynch would be taking time away. Didn't necessarily say the reason, but she confirmed this in an interview when announcing her pregnancy formally. Ronda Rousey would become pregnant shortly afterwards, and both women have since given birth. When it comes to the competition going on between the two, Becky Lynch still one-upping Ronda Rousey. Becky Lynch was back at the gym within a week. Ronda Rousey's conditioning is technically even better. Is her drive? Who can tell? But either way, she'll be eyeing up a return to combat soon. Conversations between the WWE and Ronda Rousey about a return have already begun. In fact, they never really stopped. The WWE typically does regular check-ins of any talent taking time away. There's already plenty of evidence of this as well. There are images of Rousey during her hiatus at Titan Towers, for example, alongside Cain Velasquez. There is significant interest from the WWE in bringing Ronda Rousey back. It's a no-brainer. She made them a ton of money, and really, they're not going to drop that. It's been there the whole time, that interest, and has never gone away. The question is not about WWE interest, it's about Ronda Rousey interest, because her time in the WWE was apparently such a negative experience for her that her interest levels in returning are a historic low. Now, should Rousey return? The company's plan is very simple. Put her on a one-way trajectory to Becky Lynch, and then, with that feud complete, move on to other developing big names such as Belair, Ripley, Deville, and someone that Ronda Rousey desperately wants to work with, Shayna Baszler. This may be one of the reasons that Shayna Baszler is suddenly getting such a big push. Now, essentially what this boils down to is whether Ronda Rousey returns to the WWE is entirely in the hands of Ronda Rousey herself. The company wants it and will continue to check in as they get closer to the date. Vince McMahon wants it. Becky Lynch wants it. The question really is whether you as a fan want it. I've got to be honest with you. I kind of do. Sean says, I don't want Ronda to come back after she complained about fans booing her at Survivor Series in 2018 and when she called WWE and wrestling fake. That, for me, Sean, is proof positive of an extremely good heel. Just an extremely good heel. But yeah, at that point, she'd given up trying to be liked. She had full on given up trying to be liked or popular. And it showed, and I liked it. That, for me, was one of the best moments for Ronda Rousey. And it just added to her whole character. And she'll start beating the crap out of people at every opportunity. I like that Ronda Rousey.